All right, so I'm going to go to eclipse.org/download. And let's see if this works. All right, so here we go. I will allow cookies. And I'm going to download the newest one, which now includes a JRE. Wow, amazing. And I will download from wherever the heck they decided to give it to me. And save file, and it's pretty quick. Da-dum. So let's go to that folder. Got too much crap in my downloads. Here we go. I'm going to just install the regular IDE for Java developers. Oh, look, we're finally doing it. We had to wait a long time for this. Woohoo! Let's launch. It's got nice new pretty pictures. All right, and I am just going to use the default workspace right now. There we go. So what you're going to do now is you are going to go to Help, and we are going to install new software. Okay. And where it says work with, we are going to type http:// and then pydev, pydev.org/updates. All right. And then I will click, oh, I'll just hit enter. And now it's looking, and I'm going to select pydev, right? And then I'm going to say next. And then here on the install details page, I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to accept the license and push finish. All right, and it says installing software down here. And then it says, yeah, I'm going to install it anyway. And now it says, do you want to restart? And I'm going to say, yep, restart now. All right, and I'm going to get rid of the welcome screen because why not? Okay, now I know that we just restarted, but nevertheless, we are going to exit, and then we're going to start again. And I want to do the 2021-06. I better get rid of the old one. There we go. All right, and I will launch. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so we just launched the Eclipse workspace. The workspace we haven't really talked about very much. Workspace just means sort of the top level folder where Eclipse sets up some space for all of your programs and whatnot. And really, I want to have all of my programs in all of my AI related programs in a special AI folder. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to create a new workspace in my AI folder in my AI hierarchy so that I can have a specific Eclipse workspace just for AI and for the stuff I do in AI class. So let's do that. So I'm going to say File, switch workspace, and then select Other. And then instead of this C users K Eclipse workspace, which is what it picked for me, I am going to go to my C drive, and in my C drive I have a folder called classes, and classes I have AI, and I'm going to make a new folder here. So let's make a new folder, and I'm going to call this new folder, I'll just call this one AI Eclipse workspace. Come on. And now I'll select that folder. So my new workspace is going to be C classes AI Eclipse workspace. And so I will launch, and it's going to set up whatever magic it needs to do to make that happen. Let's move this down so you can see it. We're back sort of in the startup page again. I'm going to get rid of the welcome page. Okay, so now we just need to configure pydev. So I'm going to go Window and then Preferences, and I'm going to expand this little pydev guy. I'm going to click on Interpreters and then Python Interpreter. And now I'm going to click on the new up here, and I'm going to say choose from list. And I am going to pick the latest version of Python that I have installed on my machine and say OK. So now it's asking which folders need to be added to the system Python path. Usually all 4 of these are selected. All the ones are selected. Just leave them all selected and then say OK. And now we are going to click Apply and Close. And again, we are waiting a long time in real life, but I'm going to cut out a lot of this for you, you lucky bums. Okay, now we're going to do something super important. We're going to go to Window, and we are going to select Preferences. And if pydev wasn't already expanded, you would select pydev. We don't want interpreters anymore. Now we actually want editor. And click on Auto Imports. All right. And we want to uncheck everything. Do not do auto import. Do not do auto import on organized imports. Okay. Just do not, do not, do not. This is going to make our lives much easier. And click Apply and Close. And last but not least, right now we are in the Java perspective. We can tell that because it says Java up here, but we don't want the Java perspective. We actually want to be in the pydev perspective. So we are going to say Windows, Perspective, Open Perspective, Other. And from in here, we are going to pick pydev and say Open. And presto changeo magic. If you look up here, we are now in the pydev perspective. So we're ready to create a new Python program.